Agile is not just a methodology, but a mindset. Agile is the most widely used project management methodology due to its ability to prioritize customer satisfaction, deliver working software quickly, and also embrace changes at any given time. Hi everyone, this is MudiaTech, where we deliver software, data, AI solution. If this is your first time coming across my channel, you can do it as subscribe, like, and hit the notification button so that you'll be notified each time we upload a new video. So let's get started. In this tutorial, I will be teaching you how you can implement Agile methodology as a project management for the success of your team. This tutorial is designed for my software cycle for my team, but I think I should also put it out there for those of you that need to have the knowledge of Agile. For those of you that want to have the knowledge of Agile project management for success, for team success. So let's get started. Adopting Agile methodology for team success to enhance collaboration, flexibility, and delivery. So what is Agile? Agile is a project management methodology that promotes iterative development and flexibility. Agile promotes iterative development, which is a continuous cycle, and also is very flexible. So the core idea is to deliver working software frequently within a short time frame, probably within a couple of weeks or months. Agile focuses on producing a working software in every cycle, which is also known as iterative cycle, within weeks or months. So what Agile? Agile response. These are the key reasons why we adopt Agile. The reason why we choose Agile methodology for developing software. So these are some of the key reasons. Agile responds quickly to changes. That is, at any given time, you can change. You can effect changes in your project at any given time. If there's any need to change any features of the project, Agile team are quick to implement the changes and effect it immediately. So, secondly, Agile encourage team collaboration. Agile work as a team. They have a platform where they collaborate, where the team of Agile collaborate and work together to achieve success. Also, Agile has a shorter delivery cycle. In each iteration, in each cycle is very short, within weeks or months. Agile is able to deliver a working software within a very short frame of time. It doesn't have to take a longer time to deliver a working software. It might be within weeks or months to deliver a working software. The next is have a higher product quality. Agile product quality is very high because of the collaborative effort working together as a team. And also, it's a customer focused development. Agile focus on satisfying the customers. The main focus is customer satisfaction. That's the reason they work hand in hand with the product owner or the stakeholder or the customer to ensure they meet to their requirement. The next is increased transparency and accountability. Agile increase transparency and accountability because the teams that are working together, they use a transparent platform whereby each and every developer or each and every member of the team, They know what they are doing. They understand what they are doing. They are involved, and they are also accountable for whatever progress they made. They are all accountable for the success of the project. So before we dive deeper into Agile, there are two main project managements. There are two main type of project management. We have the traditional project management, which is also known as waterfall, and we have the Agile project management. So before we go further, we're going to dive into the difference between Agile project management and the traditional project management, which is the waterfall. The Agile is as I said earlier, is an iterative project which have a very short delivery cycle with a continuous feedback. It's very flexible, and a frequent version is released at any complete cycle. A frequent version is released at the end of every cycle. Agile focus on delivering a working software at every cycle, and it's continuous. At the end of the first cycle, the team go back, build on what they have produced to release the second version continuously until the whole process is completed. While waterfall, on the other way, have to follow a linear step to complete the cycle. In the first stage, once the first stage is completed, before move to the second stage, waterfall follow a linear process whereby all the stakeholders involved ensure that they complete a particular stage before moving to the next stage without returning to the previous stage. They continue in that process until the project is completed. Most of this the project is completed. Most of this waterfall project management, they are mostly implemented in hardware project. They are mostly used for hardware project, like maybe cars, maybe plane, like cars, airlines, especially where safety is kind of paramount, so they ensure that all the process is completed before it can be used. For example, if an airline is being designed, all the process must be completed before the airline is put to use. If it's a car, all the process of developing a car must be completed before the car is put to use for safety reasons. So when safety is paramount, waterfall is mostly the type of project management, while Agile is mostly used for complex projects like software project, like maybe app development, web app development, website, and most of those software products that probably is kind of complex. We don't kind of know the end result. So these are used for Agile project. So let's go further. So if you look at these diagrams here, we have the waterfall on the left hand side and we have the Agile on the right hand side. So these are the structure. This is how it works. First of all, let's talk about the waterfall. As you can see, waterfall project management moves from requirement gathering, where all the first stage, where all the requirement, after all the requirement gathering, if everybody, all the stakeholders involved are satisfied with the requirement gathering, it will then be signed off before moving to the design stage. So once this design stage is completed, sign off before proceeding to the development stage. Then, whereby the developer involved work on the project and develop the system. Once they are done with the system development before proceeding to the testing stage. Then, once the testing is done before the final step, which is deployment, then the system will then be put to use. As I said earlier, this can be used when developing car, all those steps will be all this process be followed at the end before deployment, before deploying the car to use. So then in Agile, on the other hand, is different from waterfall. Agile follow a very short cycle. Maybe start from the requirement gathering, move to the design stage, then to the development stage, to the testing stage, deployment stage, then review. That is how the Agile methodology works. This can be done within weeks or months. It's very short. So when working with Agile methodology, for example, if you are in the requirement stage, maybe by the time the team are already in development stage, and any changes, maybe the stakeholder or the product owner decided to change the feature, or it came up with another idea. So the team are quick to return to the requirement gathering. They are quick to effect the changes. That's why it's very flexible. They can come back to the requirement gathering, effect that changes, and start all over to complete another cycle. So at the end of each cycle, there is always a working software. Then the team can build on what they have developed to start the second cycle. So this is how Agile Project Management works. So let's continue. So yeah, let's dive deep into Agile and the value. So as I said earlier, Agile was found by a group of developers. They were working together. They decided to come up with a way to solve complex software development project. So that is how they came up with this idea with the Agile principle and the Agile manifesto, just to design a way whereby they can collaboratively work on a project together. So this is how they came up with this Agile manifesto and the Agile principle. So what are these Agile manifesto? One here, it says individuals and interaction over processes and tools. What does that mean? Agile methodology focus on individuals and interaction over processes and tools. They ensure that each individual have a key role in developing the project, and they interact continuously to achieve success. So they prioritize they prioritize individuality and interaction over processes and tools. So the secondly, working software over comprehensive documentation. Agile focus on working software. They focus on delivering a working software at the end of every cycle or iteration over detailed documentation. Thirdly, customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Agile focus on customer collaboration, carrying the stakeholder, carrying the project owner along in every stage to ensure they are meeting with customer requirement or customer satisfaction. Prioritize customer collaboration over negotiating contract. So lastly, responding to change over following a plan. Agile respond to change, embrace change at any given time. Agile is designed to embrace change at any time, and they respond to it instantly to ensure they meet to the product, to ensure they meet with product owner demands. So here we are looking at the 12 Agile principle. We're going to summarize the 12 Agile principle, which is used by Agile team to have a successful working product. So 1, to satisfy customer early and continuously. Agile focus on satisfying customer early and continuously. The main focus is to satisfy customer. That is what Agile is made for. To ensure that they give what customer need. To work towards customer requirement by carrying the project owner or the product owner along throughout all the cycle to ensure they meet to their to ensure they meet their customer requirement. Secondly, the welcome changes requirement. The welcome changing requirement. Agile welcome changing requirement at any time. As I said earlier, they can start a cycle and iteration. They can start a cycle, and towards the end, the product owner want to effect of change. Maybe there is a feature want to remove or replace. Then they have to return back to a requirement. They start all over to ensure they effect that changes as required by the product owner. So thirdly, delivering working software frequently. Agile focus on delivering working software frequently. That is the focus. At the end of every cycle, they ensure that they deliver a working software that the user can use out there, the customer can use out there to bring back, to give feedback, to enable them work on the next cycle. So fourthly, close daily cooperation between business and developer. There's a close daily cooperation. All the developer, the project owner, the scrum master, they all work together to ensure that they cooperate to ensure that they are successful at the end of every cycle. So next one, the fifth one, they build project around motivated individual. This is very important as Agile team. You have to be very careful when selecting your Agile team. People that are optimistic, that are motivated, so that when you have you build your team around teams that are motivated, so that you have a success at the end of every cycle, to ensure that everybody's are on the same phase, that are on the same good spirit in working together to develop a working to produce the working software at the end of every cycle. So the next face-to-face conversation is the best. So Agile team they are working together. It's kind of transparent. They work together. The Agile team work. They have a section whereby they all collaborate. They have a system whereby they all work together face to face. They either meet virtually or in person, like daily, to ensure that they discuss the progress, what is being done, what has been done, what is yet to be done. They have to meet face to face daily, either virtually or physically, to carry each and every member, each and every team member along. So the next one that is working software is the main. The next principle there is working software is the main measure of progress. The main focus of Agile is working software. So each and every team member focus on a working software, which is the progress. As I said earlier, at the end of every cycle, this team must ensure they deliver a working software. So the goal, the target for every team member is to ensure that they deliver a working software at the end of every cycle. So the next on the manufacturing, the next on the principle is maintaining a sustainable pace. That is why when choosing your Agile team, you have to ensure that you have to choose your team very carefully, so that you maintain a sustainable pace. Each and every team they are carrying along, they understand the software that's being used, they understand the principle, they understand all the tools, so that none will be left behind. You have to be very selective when choosing your team to ensure that everybody work together as a team, and you have a team that are motivated to ensure that you have a successful project at the end, so that your delivery is successful at the end. So the next principle there is technical excellence and good design. Yeah, again, you have to ensure that your teams you have to ensure that you choose the right team so that you can deliver technical excellence with good design. You have to ensure that the team that you have in place, they know what they are doing. They are working the same pace. They understand they understand the software being used, they understand the tools, and they're able to carry it out effectively to deliver a successful result. So next on the principle, there is simplicity, the art of maximizing work not done. Yeah, Agile team maximize leftover work. They focus on the maximize job not done to ensure that it is the next focus. So they simplify their job by maximizing the job not done, so that you be on the focus to ensure that it is done prior to the end of the cycle, to ensure they have a working software at the end of each cycle. So the level one is self-organizing team. Again, the team will be self-organized, motivated. They know what you are doing. They know what they are doing. They know how to work collaboratively to ensure that they have a successful working result at the end of a cycle. So the last one on the principle there is the regular reflection and adjustment. They have to there should be a regular reflection, so that they have time to deliberate on what is done well, what is not done. They reflect in what they can build on, so that they can know how to improve in their next iteration. So these stages are very important for Agile team to ensure they have a success, and also build on their mistake during the next iteration. So these are the 12 Agile principles that a team must adopt to ensure that they have a successful. These are the 12 Agile principles that a team must adopt to ensure that they have a successful. They are successful in delivering their projects. So yeah, in the next step, we're looking at some Agile framework. There are some Agile framework that are widely used. The common one there is Scrum and Kanban. We have Scrum, we have Kanban, we have Extreme Programming, we have Lean and Safe. But the most widely framework used are Scrum and Kanban. So Scrum is very popular, and it have its own framework. It has its own way of adapting Agile, using Agile for as a method of development. Kanban is another framework which focus on transparency, using visual tools. You have the to-do list. Kanban usually use a transparent board, which have a to-do list, the doing list, and the done list. In this stage, you have the requirement gathering. They should be on the to-do list. One is done, move there to once you are working on it, move it to the doing section. Once it's completed, move it to the done section. So that is how Kanban work. So there is Lean, and there is also Extreme Programming. So let's dive deep into the first one, which is the Scrum. The Scrum is the most popular used framework. It's the most popular Agile framework used. How does it work? They have a product owner. They have a Scrum Master. There are the roles of Scrum framework usually section into about three or four. No, the roles of Scrum framework, the role of Scrum as a Scrum team is usually in section into three parts. We have the product owner, the Scrum Master, and the team and the developer. We have the product owner, the Scrum Master, and the development team. So the product owner is the owner of the product, while the Scrum Master is working intermediating between the product owner and the developer team. He works with the developer team. They give feedback to the product owner. Although they all work collaboratively, work together, he is the one that can communicate with the product owner, the language he can understand, bring the information from the developer and relate to the product owner, while taking information from the product owner and relate to the developer using technical terms as well. So it mediates, the Scrum Master mediates between the product owner and the developer, while they all work collaboratively to ensure they deliver a working software at the end. So they have the Scrum team have a circle that they follow. They have a framework. Yeah, they have the framework that they follow. They have a sprint. They have a framework that they follow. At the beginning, they plan. In Scrum framework, they have each circle is called a sprint. They call each complete circle a sprint. At the beginning, they have what they call sprint planning, whereby they gather all the requirements, they discuss what will be done with the product owner, they discuss what will be done. At the end of the sprint planning, each developer assign role to themselves, what they will do throughout that sprint or throughout that cycle. They assign role for themselves. Then every day they discuss progress by doing each day they discuss the progress. Probably they have a daily stand-up that's called daily stand-up, whereby they discuss at least 15 minutes every day. That's what they call daily stand-up, to discuss the progress of what they have done. Then at the end of that cycle, which is called, they have a review what they have done. That's called the sprint review. They discuss what they have done before delivering the working software. Then after that, they have what we call sprint retrospective, whereby they reflect on what was done well, what was not done well. Then they now know how to build on the mistake or what was not done well, to know how to build on that in their next sprint or their next cycle. So this is how the Agile this is how the Scrum framework works. So yeah, they have the product backlog, whereby they list the requirements to be done. They have the sprint backlog, and they have the increments. So these are the terms used when implementing the Scrum framework. So yeah, the next one is, as I say, is Kanban. Kanban is another Agile framework which focus on, as I said earlier, focus on visualization. It probably may have a tools for a visualization tools, which is transparent for all members, whereby they have the to do, the doing, and the done. So they follow up with use this transparent board to track their progress, to ensure that each and every member they are involved and carried along during development. And they have a kind of a continuous delivery. They don't have any fixed sprint like that of the Scrum, but in the Kanban, they do a continuous development, but there's a transparency whereby each and every member, they know what is ongoing by using the Kanban board for transparency. Some of those Kanban board can be Trello, it can be Monday, depends on the tools the team decided to adopt. Yeah, so as I said earlier, Agile project cycle, it has a product backlog, which whereby the list all the requirements, list all the requirements and all the project backlog. Then all the requirements will be listed as the project backlog. That's to create the project backlog, whereby you list all the requirements. From there, you plan like assign tasks by planning. That's what we call sprint planning, by assigning tasks to each and every team, what they will be doing, the tasks they will be doing during that cycle. That's called sprint planning. From there, there's what we call sprint execution, whereby maybe take like 1 to 4 weeks, whereby the develop and work on the on the project, and they have this we call daily stand-up, whereby they can meet every 15 minutes daily to discuss progress. Then they have this called sprint review, which at the end of the cycle they discuss, they review what they have done before delivering the project. Then thereafter, there's what we call sprint retrospective, whereby they reflect on what was done well, what need to be done, and how they can improve on their next sprint. So this cycle is repeat. This cycle is so the team repeats this cycle until the project is finally completed. So as I said earlier, this is some of the tools the agile teams can use. Yeah, they have the Trello, they have the Monday, Jira. These tools are used for tracking tasks. They have the Slack, we have the Microsoft Team. These are used for communication. They have the Miro, Figma. These are collaborative and design tools. They have Confluence, Notion. These are used for documentation. Then we have GitHub, GitLab. These are used for code and version control. So all these are the tools. These are the tools used by agile teams. The Trello board, the Monday, Jira, Asana. All these are used for tracking progress. While the Slack, Microsoft Team, these are used for communication. The Miro, Figma, these are collaborative and design tools. Then we have Confluence, Notion, these are documentation tools, and we have GitHub, GitLab, these are used for code and version control. So next we look at agile metric to track. So we have look velocity. These are some of the terms used. Velocity, these are used for work done per sprint. It's not a velocity. These are some of the agile, some of the terms used by agile teams. So they use the word velocity for work done per sprint. They use the word burn down chart for remaining work, the work that is yet to be done. They call it burn down chart. So they call there's a cycle time. They call it task completion speed. So there's what we call cumulative flow diagram, which is used for workflow balance. There's what they call lead time, which is idea to delivery. So yeah, agile is one of the best, if not the best methodology for software development because of its nature because of its ability to solve complex problems. But agile also have its challenges. So what are those challenges? Some of those challenges are resistant to change. In some cases, they might be it might be difficult to the team might be reluctant to changes. That is why when choosing your team, you have to ensure that teams are able to embrace changes. Some team member, if you are not careful in choosing your team, there might be some team members that are resistant to changes. That might lead to delay in delivering the project. So another there is lack of agile experience. Again, you have to ensure you choose your team properly, because if any member of the team does not have the agile experience, or they don't know how to they don't understand the principle, or they don't know how to adopt agile methodology, then there might be issue that might affect the pace of the work, which can slow down the development process. So another challenge there is poor communication. Yeah, we know we all come from a diverse country. Sometimes language barrier, or maybe lack of understanding of accent, it might be challenging for some. So poor communication might lead to delay, or probably might lead to delay in development. So you have to ensure that all the team are able to communicate effectively and understand what they are doing, because agile, one of the key agile factor is communication. The team have to communicate frequently, even with the product owner, to ensure that they are all on the same page. So poor communication can affect the project. Poor communication can have a big impact on the project. Another there is vague requirement. Vague requirements. Some product owner might not even know what they want, so they might find it difficult to explain to the team what they actually want. So vague requirement cause issue, might cause problem. Maybe the team might find it difficult to know how to actually implement the requirement that the project owner needed. The project owner might have the mindset of, this is how I want my product to look like, but the requirement might not be doable for the developer. So having this kind of issue might also be a big challenges in agile project management. Another there is unstable team dynamic. If the team are not stable, like as I said, you have to ensure that you use select teams that are motivated, that are working on the same pace. So if the team is unstable, this might be a big issue, and it might also slow down the development process. So last place, misunderstand the agile principle. Again, if you want to work as an agile team, ensure you take the time to look at the 12 agile principle. Ensure you understand the 12 agile principle before you pick any of your team member to work for you. Ensure they look through the agile principle. They have the understanding of it before accepting them in your team, so that you as a team can work effectively to produce a result. If the team did not understand the agile principle, there might be challenges that might slow down the development process. So that's why this training sometimes is very important, that each and every team member, they have the understanding of the agile principle, then understand the manifesto, they know what agile is all about, and they know how to implement it at any given time. They should ensure that your team should ensure that they have this basic training of agile before they can be used, before you can choose them to work with you in an agile team, to ensure that you have a successful result. So that is all about agile training. So that is all about it. So that is all about agile methodology. So in my team, as a team of MudiaTech, so that is all about agile methodology. So as a team, my team of MudiaTech Dev Circle, so we will be adopting the Kanban framework for our development. So we have how do we start as a team of MudiaTech Dev Circle? So firstly, we are going to choose a framework. As I said earlier, we are going to choose between Scrum and Kanban. So in my team, we're going to use Kanban. So we use Kanban for transparency, so that we can all track our progress. So then we will probably assign role to each team member based on our specialty or area of specialization. Then we'll set up our first sprint. After assigning tasks, we'll create a product backlog by assigning tasks to each and every member. Then we'll set up for our first sprint, which is our first cycle in developing our project. So we will be using a Trello for our task management, which is a good virtual tool for transparency. we can use it to build project backlog. We have a to-do list, we have doing, and we have done. So with Trello board, we should be able to implement that effectively. So then probably we'll schedule time for our daily stand-up. It cannot be daily due to our availability. So yeah, but daily stand-up should be daily, but we due to our availability, we cannot. It may not be daily. We may adjust that swiftly and ensure we use our meet visually to ensure we discuss the project, the progress of what we have done, to keep track and develop and discuss our progress. Then at the end of the cycle, then we'll come together to do a sprint review, which is reviewing what we have done and before production. So in recap, we should all have this understanding that Agile is not just a methodology. Agile is a mindset. Agile is a mindset. It's not just a methodology. We should all also have the understanding that Agile is open to feedback. Also, Agile value teamwork. Also, Agile embrace changes at any given time, so we can effect changes at any time. So Agile embrace changes at any time. And lastly, Agile deliver value early and often. Agile deliver a working software at any complete cycle. At every complete cycle, we ensure that we deliver a working software at every complete cycle. So I'll take that again. Agile is not just a methodology. Agile is a mindset. Agile is open to feedback at any given time. Agile value teamwork. We work collaboratively as a team to achieve success. Agile embrace changes at any given time. And Agile deliver value early and often. I will ensure that we deliver a working software at every complete cycle. So thank you all for listening. So probably we can now move ahead to set up our board and assign tasks to each and every team. So so that we can then kickstart our first sprint. So yeah, if you have any question, you can that come to the end of this tutorial. If you have any question, feel free to leave in the comment section, and I'm happy to read your comment and answer the question accordingly. So thank you all for listening, and as I said, if it's your first time of coming across this video, you can do as well as like the video, comment. If you have any question, leave the question in the comment section. Then you can like the video, share the video, and also hit the notification button so that you will be informed whenever I upload another video. Thank you for listening.